Good morning guys, so I'm currently 5 days out from my first bodybuilding competition. So the plan for the next 3 days, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is going to be basically depleting down. So we're going to pull carbs quite low, for me anyway, over the next few days, just to kind of dig deep and then get ready for the carb load on Thursday. So I'm just going to run you through a full day of eating with that. So my macros for the week leading up to obviously Thursday is going to be 240 grams of protein, 30 grams of fat, and 160 grams of carbs. So for me, that's actually pretty low from what I've been on. I think I've been on about 250 to 300, so obviously we're sucking down for the last couple of days. So obviously I'll run you through a full day of eating with that, and then I'll also go through on Thursday what I'm going to be doing for the carb load. So I hope you enjoy. So meal one is 30 grams of JP Whey ISO, 5 grams of almond butter, and 5 rice cakes. And then what I do then is I break them all up into a bowl and basically just pour it all on, but I'll show you the kind of finished product, and it gives you quite a lot of volume when you kind of break it all up. So as you can see, nothing too glamorous, but there it all is broken up with just whey poured on the top. The reason there's 5 grams of almond butter in there is just basically to slow the digestion of carbs down. So that's why there's just the smallest amount in there, if anyone is wondering. So what we have here is meal 2. So it's 40 grams of rice. So what I'm trying to do is volumize it as much as possible. So turn the heat right down, try and get a good volume of water in there. Let it absorb it all just to try and give you a bit more volume. Then there's 50 grams of asparagus and then 140 grams of chicken. Then I have 5 grams of coconut oil, and then obviously that's just going to try and slow down digestion. And then I have 6 grains of salt on each meal, so I actually forgot to mention that for meal 1. So every meal is 6 grains of salt, just so we keep it consistent. I've also mentioned this before, prep hack, baby spoon, makes it just last longer, just so, because you can't get very much on the spoon, but food's low, just try and make it last that bit longer. Also in between meals, try and drink quite a lot of water, just to kind of satisfy your stomach and try and make your stomach feel a little bit fuller. So I've just made my post-workout meal. So I've got 75 grams of cream of rice, 50 grams of whey, and how I actually make it so that there's no lumps in it. I use a whisk, and then I basically try and volumize it as much as possible, adding lots of water. I also sometimes use baking powder as well, just to add a little bit of extra volume. But the best way for me not to have any lumps in it is using the whisk. And then I just put it in the fridge now till I need it for obviously post-workout. So this is pre-workout meal, probably the smallest pre-workout meal I've ever eaten. So it's 140 grams of sweet potato, 80 grams of broccoli, and 195 grams of lean mince, just 5%, and then obviously 6 grains of salt on that one as well. So pretty small, especially when you can fit it into a small tub like that. So there we have it, my post-workout. So as I said, I put it in the freezer, so to just get it to the consistency that you like then. So this is the consistency I like, and it just makes it, because it's a bit thicker, it just makes it last longer than if it's kind of like soup. But obviously 6 grains of salt on the top of there as well. So 75 grams of cream of rice and 50 grams of whey. So this is meal number 5, and it's no carbs now until tomorrow morning. So what we have here is 100 grams of broccoli, 175 grams of chicken, raw weight, and then 5 grams of olive oil. Nothing glamorous about this meal, but it's just serving a purpose and just trying to get through the next 3 days, and then we'll start the carb load. So this is my last meal of the day. So it's 300 grams of zero fat Greek yogurt, 30 grams of whey, 6 grains of salt, and then I just put this in the freezer for about 45 minutes, and it just goes a bit like an ice cream, which is quite nice and just offers something a bit different to eat as your last meal. So I hope you enjoyed the video and gives you an insight of what's going on in terms of my calories for depleting down just before we carb load. So just with the depletion, to the start of the week, what we did from Monday to Thursday morning was running about 1800 calories, and the calorie split, the macro split for that was 170 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat and 245 grams of protein. So we run that for 3 days leading into obviously the carb load on Thursday after I checked in on Thursday. So that's what we did in terms of the depletion. So I trained on the Monday, push, then pull, Wednesday off, Thursday was just arms and delts. And then with the water, we did 6 litres Monday, then we did 7 litres Tuesday, 8 litres Wednesday, 8 litres Thursday, and then Friday, which is today, we've done 4 litres. So that's what we did in terms of the water manipulation. To be fair, the depletion was very difficult. It was obviously very low calories, low energy, but it was just kind of just fighting to get through. Obviously the end's so close now, you're not gonna make any mistakes, you're not gonna slip on your diet just because you obviously are so close. And it was just about getting through each day as best as possible, trying to preserve as much energy as possible as well. So I was doing obviously Stairmaster 45 minutes in the morning, and then 30 minutes cardio in the evening. So that got pulled down to just 45 minutes cardio, not stairs. Steps got pulled down from 10,000 down to 7,000, just to try and drop off some fatigue, and just obviously rest up. So that's what we've done. It's worked well. As I said, Joe's very happy with how I'm looking. Yeah, just to give you an insight of what happened obviously in the last week, leading into my first bodybuilding competition. Obviously I've done a full day of eating of what I ate on the obviously the depletion diet. So obviously that just gives you an insight of what I went through. Yeah, it was mentally challenging, just to kind of find the energy to be bothered to go to the sessions. Obviously it was you couldn't really push yourself in the sessions, you couldn't really get a pump or anything, so it was obviously very hard. But yeah, just got the boxes ticked off. I also filmed, which I'll show you as well, just a chest and bicep session that I did with Quinn, so that will go up on YouTube as well, just to see what that was like. So the training was kind of set up that we were going to not do any grinder reps. Everything was kind of taken to 1 or 2 reps just short of failure, just to try and obviously deplete, try and get some blood into the muscle, and just obviously get some sort of a session done. So that's what happened for my last week as peak week.